Well, that should have worked. Let me just get the chat on screen, or should be on the screen. Probably is, just no one. Well, I'll test it myself. It doesn't let me test it. Of course. Oh well. Actually, maybe it will. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Always so much steps to everything nowadays. Oh, okay. All right, so that's working. All right, can you hear me better now? I'll stop mumbling. I only have one monitor, so how am I going to see the... Oh, I know, my phone. Oh, is this... Sure, I got to pop to the... Oh, no, that's just you telling me I have to pop to the shop later. Pop to the shop. What kind of shop? Where are you what are you buying? It's not anything illegal, is it? Alright, so I'll just get the chat on screen on my phone somehow. I think this button will do it. And then we'll start in just a second. So I just thought I'd play Halo 2 for a bit today. Just hang out, you know, see what's going on with you. It's weird. Oh, my controller got disconnected. Of course it did. One moment. There we go. There we go. Campaign. Have you seen how good like Halo 2's campaign cutscenes are? Because like this is gonna wow the shit out of you. We'll just do this on normal, no skulls. Yeah, it's fine. Because this is way better than Halo 1 HD. Halo 1 HD kind of sucked, objectively. Like, it actually kind of, you know, we talked about it, and it kind of hurt the game. But the Anniversary Edition, like, this legitimately is crazy good.
There was only one chip.
One? Are you sure?
Yes. They called it the Pillar of Autumn.
Like, look at this movie-level CGI.
Why was it not destroyed with the rest of their fleet?
It fled as we set fire to their planet. But I followed with all the ships in my command.
When you first saw Halo, were you blinded by its majesty?
Blinded?
Paralyzed? Dumbstruck?
No.
Yet the humans were able to evade your ships, land on the sacred ring, and desecrate it with their filthy footsteps.
Noble hierarchs.
Yeah, this is how the game starts. Just I wonder if this button works. Oh yeah, you can turn it back to the original. So that was just a brief look of how it originally looked.
By the time I learned the demon's intent, there was nothing I could do.
So yeah, the back button still works in cutscenes, so I could just swap back to the original. But why would I?
This hasn't gone on long enough. Make an example of this bungler. The council demands it.
You are one of our most treasured instruments. Long have you led your fleet with honor and distinction. But your
What's the frame rate like, by the way? It looks a little low on this
was a colossal failure.
feed I'm looking at here.
I will continue my campaign against the humans.
No, you will not.
My eyes hurt, by the way. I just finished frying some burgers up down here in the basement. This place is... I just got all the smoke out. My eyes are hurting me.
The weight of your heresy will stay your feet, and you shall be left behind.
Don't fry burgers in a basement. Like, the smoke... Oh my god. It's pretty good, though. I tried it with jelly and gorgonzola and a little bit of arugula. And it tasted pretty damn good.
The plating was about to fail. There's viscosity throughout the gel layer. Optics, totally fried. And let's not even talk about the power supply. You know how expensive this gear is, son?
Yeah, I think it's the internet. My internet is not the most stable.
Tell that to the Covenant.
And it's an issue I've been dealing with for a while. Got worse recently with all the snowstorms. I think the wires get damaged.
I guess it was all obsolete anyway. Your new suit's a Mark 6. Just came up from Songnam this morning. Try and take it easy until you get used to
Am I wrong, or is this race changing when I press that button?
Okay, let's test your targeting first thing. Please look at the top light. Good. Now look at the bottom light. All right. Look at the top light again. That's it. Now the bottom one. Okay. Everything checks out. Stand by. I'm going to offline the inhibitor.
I get that in real life, making sure you can actually move your head in this suit would be impressive, but like, it feels a little weird as a super soldier. Can you look up and down? Now, I don't think the original graphics look bad, but unlike with Halo CE Remastered, I feel like this really did get the art design. Like, it evokes the original style, so it doesn't matter.
I'm only going over this once. This station will test your recharging energy shields. Your new armor shields are extremely resilient, very efficient.
So this is a big thing. You might notice there's no longer a health bar.
Recharge a lot faster.
There's now just a shield bar. So every time our shields go down, we have the same amount of health left.
Shields go down. Find some cover.
And if we get hit, we'll die too much. If we get hit too much. But if we let the shields recharge, our health recharges too. So it's kind of like COD. Well, I mean, this came before COD, but you know, it's kind of like that.
Son, just remember, take things slow.
Don't worry, I'll hold his hand.
That said, I do think the shields are a little bit weaker than they were in the original game to compensate.
So, Johnson, when you gonna tell me how you made it back home in one piece?
So I remember,
Guns, it's classified.
Master Chief and Cortana were assumed the only survivors, but Sergeant Johnson, who's based on Apone from Aliens, was such a popular character they brought him back. There is a comic book explaining how he does escape the Flood killing him. And of course, there's the joke ending to Legendary where he presumably dies hugging an elite that touches his ass, but that is non-canonical. The comic pretty much doesn't really fill in anything that interesting. He's a Spartan 1, so he can't be affected by flood spores, so he was able to fight them off and then made it to an escape ship. It was pretty much just that. Wasn't anything that special, to be honest. Oh, you've been typing some things. Let's see.
Coordinated fire from the Athens and the Malta. Nothing's getting past this battle cluster in one piece.
Oh, hey. Yes, hello. Sorry, I don't have two monitors. I'm actually going to buy a second monitor. And sorry for the frame rate. I got terrible net because the router's in my roommate's
Nobody's saying much, but
place. And this is like a house. So, yeah. Yeah, these are the original graphics, since someone brought it up. Oh, they make you... That's interesting. In the original Halo, there was Halo 2. There was no loading screens between the between the levels. If you played them in order, it would actually just load through without loading screens.
folks need heroes, Chief, to give them hope.
Something about the Master Chief Collection. I guess they have to put loading screens in. God, the remastered cutscenes just look great. I wonder what the original looked like. Jesus. Now this is of course a parallel, you know, you have Master Chief being praised for stopping the Halo rings and destroying that Covenant Armada. And then you have the Arbiter here, I think Val Fadum, I think that's his name, being disgraced for failing to protect them, you know. It's like poetry, it rhymes.
Drawn quite a crowd. If they came to hear me beg, they will be disappointed. Are you sure?
So if you ever wonder what an elite looks like naked, I'm pretty sure we're about to see it. Oh no, I guess we're going here first. This guy's name is Lord Hood, by the way.
Gentlemen, we're lucky to have you back.
Which just sounds like a villain name. I know people made this joke before, but it does not sound like just some random... Now, I do know Lord is actually, if I remember correctly, is actually a naval rank. But it is, and his name is just Hood, but still.
Sergeant Major, the Colonial Cross is awarded for acts of singular daring and devotion.
It's showing up to the arena.
United Earth Space Corps.
Oh yeah, you can just toggle between the graphics. That was always a feature, because all the game is really doing is just... If the way it was described is that the original way they did this is it's just running a texture file over the original. Even this is just running a cutscene file over another cutscene. So you can just disable it like a layer in Photoshop. So, Lady Map, you might remember Miranda, Keys, you know, the guy who gave us the pistol in the first game. This is his daughter.
Great credit upon himself and the UNSC. The Navy has lost one of its best.
So she's sort of, you know, accepting it on his... Wow, man, they really went all out in this. Here's the naked. They don't have, like... Not to be weird, but they're like fucking Ken dolls. Not sure how that works.
Slip space ruptures directly off our battle cluster.
Show me.
15 Covenant capital ships holding position just outside the kill zone.
This is Fleet Admiral Harper. We are engaging the enemy.
Negative, Admiral. Form a defensive perimeter around the cluster. Commander, get to your ship. Link up with the fleet.
Yes, sir.
You have the Mac.
Now, Halo 2 is already a pretty cinematic game, and we're going to see that.
Gladly.
Something's not right. The fleet that destroyed Reach was 50 times this size.
Sir, additional contacts. Boarding craft and lots of them.
They're going to try to take our Mac guns offline. Give their capital ships a straight shot at Earth. Master Chief, defend this station.
Yes, sir. I need a weapon.
People made a lot of jokes about that line when the game first happened. I have campaign scoring on, by the way. That's what that thing in the corner is. Now, here's the bread and butter of the Halo 2 experience. The battle rifle and the SMG. Now, most people... I prefer the battle rifle, but the SMG can be dual-wielded, which is a new thing in this version. So, you'll see I can do this. And the nice thing about this, you can't use grenades, but you will have access to secondary fire. I broke that glass on accident. You can zoom, but just like in Halo 1, if you're zooming with a weapon without a scope, it just, and you fire, you just go out of it. What's the button? Oh, there's the reload button. Okay. I swear, they always change. Halo changes controls like in a ridiculous amount of times. I always forget where the buttons are. All right, let me just swap that out with this. That's a little bit better of a... This is what they used to call the noob combo, and I'll show you why. That's the noob combo. An overcharged plasma rifle, almost charged plasma pistol to pop the shields. Then, oh, that's what that button is. Then the SMG to mow him down. You can see this is kind of a nice natural tutorial as you progress through the Cairo station. You just kind of slowly see things. The game doesn't even need to tell you about them. If you just choose to interact with them, you'll learn the mechanic, which is a, you know, a good way to run a tutorial. There we go. At least in my opinion. You know, it's very natural. You know, you don't have to... What was I saying? You don't have to have a bunch of pop-ups. Let me just take a moment to look at chat. The Arbiter... Oh, yeah. The UNSC being the villains? Yeah. Yeah, they are. This is kind of before they recognize that, but yeah, they kind of are. As a matter of fact, I was watching, I actually watched yesterday, and I think I mentioned this to you, Lady Mappy. I watched this yesterday, the opening of the Halo TV show, just because I was bored. Which, honestly, the opening's fine. It's just everything I've heard that happens afterwards that people hate. And I haven't seen the show, for the record. But I've heard a lot of bad things about it, but I decided just to watch it. And the opening of it, they bring up just like the UNSC are 100% the bad guys to the insurrectionists. And Spartans are made up to be like these unkillable monsters that they have to deal with. But then also, it's also like, yeah, but with the Covenant here, we're just not going to care about this until the aliens are gone because the Covenant are indiscriminately killing humans. Whoops. I want to just... Yeah, that works.
Check it out. The Malta's already driven off its borders.
Malta, what is your status? Over.
I don't believe it. They're retreating.
Oh, you sweet summer child.
This is bad. Real bad.
Yeah, they weren't retreating. Well, I guess they are retreating, but not because they lost. Now, in Halo 3, they actually try to lower the noob combo by making it so that the pistol drains energy if overcharged for a while, because some people would just leave it overcharged for the whole time just to let it go. I generally don't do that. Just because, I don't know, it just seems cheap. Plus, the noise it makes is a little annoying. You know, it is what it is. Also, a fun thing about the Halo TV show, from the bit I saw, is they really go hardcore on the gore. I will give it some credit. The action sequence looked kind of nice. Because in, like, lore, these weapons do melt through skin. You know, they do a lot of damage. They, like, blow you up and shit. You know, the video game obviously isn't going to show that because of graphical limitations. You know, if you kept having the models blow up back on the original fucking Xbox, it'd be a little much. So, you know, they kind of, like, toned it the fuck down. Versus what it's supposed to allegedly do, according to the story stuff. But they didn't fucking tone it down in the show, that's for sure.
Uh-oh. Hey, they're leaving the Athens.
Oh no, not Athens. Damn. We could have guessed a place named after a famous ancient city that fell would fucking blow up. Yeah, I knew they were about to pop out. I could have probably done this. Now, you might notice, by the way, when they're loading in the next chapter, you actually lose your HUD for a bit, which can be sometimes a little annoying. Now, it's a little better, actually, to do this combo, because the problem, as you might remember, plasma weapons are better against shields, and bullets are better against flesh.
Get the hell out of my armory, Flip.
So, you know, better to, like, kind of mix and match like this so that you can just do that. Oh, unless you run out of ammo, but, you know. But, you know, it didn't really matter in the end. You only had, like, one hit point left. Actually, I got that in reverse. I just hit his shields with bullets and his... flesh with plasma. And that guy's obsessed with getting that fucking turret up. Just gotta get that turret up. Even though he's shooting me in the back, it's gonna accomplish something. Like, I would have dropped that shit and run. Which I guess they often do. It doesn't matter, because I kill them anyway. You can kind of see sort of the situation degrading, because the last time we were in a situation like this, there was a human on the turret, and now it's a grunt. So it's sort of a natural degradation of the situation. It's like poetry, it rhymes, you know? I said that already. Now, so far we've just been fighting grunts and elites, so kind of stuff that we've already seen before, but the game will start to... What was up with that? Change around... Oh, what's this? Let me take a second to see if there's any comments. Yeah, I guess Quake did have Gibbs in 96. That's a fair point. I don't know. Good question. You know? Then again, Quake also had lower system requirements, so it's not like they were showing it as much detail. Sort of the quandary where, you know, you increase the fidelity, it also increases the workload you need.
Thanks, Chief.
Oh, you're still alive. Well, not for long. We're about to do a spacewalk, by the way, so it should get very quiet soon. So you can kind of see that the only sound, the sounds are supposed to be like coming from inside your helmet, because since you're in space, the sound really shouldn't travel. As a matter of fact, I'm not even sure if you'd be able to hear inside your helmet, because really there's nothing for this thing to even move through, so you'd be able to hear your breathing and stuff occurring inside the suit, but not stuff occurring outside the suit. Then again, this is also, you know, science checking a game with, like, aliens and laser beams. You know, it's not exactly, you know, the proper place to do it. And again, isn't that what it means to be a nerd? Which is why I don't self-identify as a nerd. Alright, so here's actually a new enemy, and this is what I was kind of alluding to by saying we were mostly just fighting the same old. These are drones, and they're big bugs with no shields, which I'm not sure why they don't get shields. It feels like... I know it's an expense. I know, like, it's a practicality thing, like it's an expense to get these energy shields, but having little flying fuckers like this that are hard to shoot with a recharging shield would have been way more effective on the battlefield. But then again, they might also suck to fight, so, you know. Now we got some people coming up from here, so let me see if I can get a lock on. The second I get a lock on, I fire. Oh wow, you really do have to be close to get a lock on. I got one of them. Oh boy, I might die. Might have been too bold. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm gonna die. No, I'm gonna live. Let me just swap that out. Oh, you fuckers. I was recharging. It is a little funny, like, their way of doing rank is like, you know, in real life, rank is a little bit more subtle. Theirs is just like color-coded suits. Alright, so we're about to do another spacewalk. This one's a little bit harder. Because very soon, I wonder if we're actually going to see them set up the turret. There should be a turret right there. Let me see if anyone made any. Science check Star Wars. I think you'll find that through the Force, all things are possible. You know, jot that down. You know, the glass is really more noticeable on... Oh, okay, you can kind of see if you look up next to the glass.
The carriers are breaking through, sir. They're heading straight for the Cairo. Cortana, concentrate your fire on...
There we are. Okay, I guess we can't see them set up.
Do what you can against the second. Everyone, form up. Follow my lead.
Okay, gonna have to just very carefully advance so I don't get hit with those shots. Okay, one down.
The first carrier completely ignored us, sir. Flew through the Malta's debris field.
All right.
Headed straight for Earth.
All right. Dang. Slaughtered them. Where do these guys look originally? Oh. Huh. Look at that booty. They ain't got no booty. They got like negative booty. Probably still someone who made Rule 34 of it, though.
Just so you know, there are quite a few elites guarding the bomb. You may need to get creative.
I mean, I feel like I've proven that elites aren't that much of a threat. Oh, I think it's actually behind me. I say that and now I'm about to die. By the way, if I remember correctly, there's like a person back here. I don't know why there's a person back here.
We don't have much time.
Hey, I'm trying not to die here. I do find it funny. There's just this guy hiding here. And I think that's voiced by that dude who wears the glasses. He's kind of bald. He's a comedian. Very nerdy. Usually plays nerds in media. I think his name is like Dennis something. Nah, I can't remember his name. But he voices a few of the aliens and a few of the human soldiers. Oh. Now, I'm playing this on normal, by the way, because screw playing this on Legendary, because Halo 2 Legendary is infamous. Now, wait till you see this cutscene.
Inside your head now.
How much time was left?
You don't want to know.
Oh, original graphics on half? I don't think you can. Not sure how you would do that without a mod.
Negative, Commander. Not against a ship that size. Not on your own.
Sir, permission to leave the station.
For what purpose, Master Chief?
To give the Covenant back their bomb.
Permission granted.
For some reason the subtitles are all slightly off timing, but I bet they're on timing with the original, which is probably slightly off sync. Oh wait, this was the most badass cutscene.
I know what you're thinking, and it's crazy.
So, stay here.
Unfortunately for us both, I like crazy.
So, what do you think's gonna happen, Mappy?
Just one question. What if you miss?
I won't.
It's even better in the remastered graphics. Chunky UNSC ships. Sleek Covenant ships. Makes for a nice little dynamic. I guess it's just kind of the Protoss versus the Terrans, I suppose, but still. So this, his shields can handle. But if I throw a frag grenade too close to me, he'll kill me.